In ancient Greece, there was a vegetable so revered that Romans offered pure gold replicas of it to Apollo, the god of sun, music, poetry, and more. That vegetable was the radish. And today, Becky's going to show us how to pay homage to the humble radish, which maybe today we should call by its Latin name, Raphanus sativus.
Wow, very fancy.
Yes, it makes it sound pretty elegant.
We're going to be cooking the radishes, which is something that you don't usually do. We're starting with 2 pounds of radishes. We have beautiful ones here today.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Just your basic red round radishes. And I'm going to cut off the greens here. And I'm going to save these greens because we're going to use them as a nice fresh salad to go with the roots. And then I'm going to cut them in half this way. I like to leave these long roots on. They're really pretty, and we're going to cook them and they get nice and crispy in the oven. So now let's make a little coating to go on the radishes while they roast. I have half a teaspoon of honey already in here, and that's just going to accentuate the natural sweetness that's going to come out of the radish, and it's also going to help with browning.
Makes sense.
3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. 5 teaspoons of miso.
Yeah.
That's going to add a lot of umami to the radishes.
And that's a white miso.
That's right. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, so we'll just whisk this all together. So this is nice and smooth now, ready for our radishes. So the crisp radishes really hold up nicely in the oven. They turn tender, but they still have kind of a meaty texture, and they get really juicy.
So they don't break down and turn mushy like a potato might.
No, they don't. They're lovely when they're roasted. So they're nicely coated, so let's put them onto a tray here. And I'm going to arrange them so they have all their cut sides down.
Okay.
Because we want them to get nice and brown in the oven. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to roast these in a 500-degree oven on the bottom rack, and they'll turn nice and tender, and that will take 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow, well, I didn't expect that. Looks a little burned. Is that okay?
It's fine. Have a little confidence.
I do have confidence in you.
You'll see the radishes themselves.
Oh, just a little bit of browning.
Really nicely browned. We're just going to let them cool down while we prepare the rest of the salad.
Okay.
Plain whole milk yogurt. I have a half a cup already in the bowl here. We're going to add some tahini. I have 2 tablespoons, and that'll add some nice nuttiness.
Yeah.
A tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. A teaspoon of lemon zest. 1 garlic clove minced up for just a tiniest little bit of kick there. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. We'll just give that a little whisk. So that's a nice, easy little base for our salad here.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll let that hang out for a minute, and now let's go over to these beautiful radish greens that we held on to from before, and we're gonna just put a nice light dressing on them. So I have a half a teaspoon of honey to sort of echo the honey that we put on the radishes earlier.
That's right.
Teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, not a lot at all.
No, just the tiniest little bit. This is just very lightly dressed. Teaspoon of lemon juice. Half teaspoon of miso, again, just like we put onto the radishes before we roasted them. And then an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
That's a tiny amount of dressing. You weren't kidding.
But remember, we also have the yogurt as well. And here goes our beautiful greens. And if you can't find radishes with their tops on, you could substitute watercress.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could also use baby arugula. You can also cook them. You just really quickly saute them like you would spinach. All right, I think that looks good. So we'll just let our radishes finish cooling, and then we'll come back and we'll put everything together.
Sounds good.
So I have 2 tablespoons of toasted pistachios chopped up, 1.5 teaspoons of toasted sesame seeds, and then just an 1/8 teaspoon of cumin, and then an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Stir that up. Oh, I can smell that cumin.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, really nice flavor combination here. All right, so let's assemble our salad. So here's that yogurt sauce that we made before. Put this onto the platter here. And I'm just putting it on one side of the platter because I want it to peek out from underneath the greens. Just using the back of a spoon, kind of spread it. That looks good. Now we'll take our greens that are beautifully dressed with the honey, the lemon, put these on top. And now our radishes. I'm just gonna scatter these on top of the greens. And they're so beautiful and brown. And see how the little tails?
Yes.
They look so nice.
Yeah.
Show off those crispy little radish tails. And now my topping here. I'm just gonna use my fingers. I feel like I have more control over it if I use my hands.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. This would be impressive to serve if you have people coming over.
Oh, this is definitely dinner party salad for sure.
That is beautiful.
Get some of that beautiful yogurt. All right, here we go.
Here we go. The radishes are so good. They're soft but toothsome. They don't fall apart, almost like a cooked apple that still has a little texture to it.
They're sweet. They're so juicy. I love the texture. I'm just in love with these.
Mellow butteriness.
Yeah. Aren't those greens good?
The greens are good, and that dressing is awesome. This is a terrific combination of flavors. Becky, this is fantastic.
Thank you.
I can't wait to make this when I have people coming over. I think it's really impressive.
I agree.
To make this regal radish recipe, start by roasting them in a ripping hot 500-degree oven. Make a yogurt sauce with tahini and lemon juice, and put those radish greens to use when plating it all up. So from America's Test Kitchen, a dish worthy of the gods, roasted radishes with a Yogurt-Tahini sauce. This is incredible.
Such a good one.
I am such a huge fan of this.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.